Death. Vocabulary Activator. For the entire duration of the universe, you did not exist. Then, one day, you came into existence at the moment of your birth. Now you're growing older, and one day you'll die. It's the one thing in this world that we can be 100% certain about. Is it morbid to think about death? I don't think so. In fact, I often contemplate my own demise. There's no point in hiding from the fact that we'll die. If you accept that death is a natural consequence of life, it won't come as a surprise to you when it inevitably arrives. Yet, many people fear death. I see no point in fearing something that's as natural a part of life as birth. I think that after we die, we go back to the state that we were in before we were born. I have no memory of the non-existence before I was born, and I'll have no consciousness of the non-existence that awaits me post-mortem. We're part of the universe. The Earth is made of elements that were forged in the hearts of stars billions of years ago, and our bodies are made from the Earth. The energy that gives us life is the same energy that was released at the moment of the Big Bang when our universe came into existence. As the first law of thermodynamics states that energy can be neither created nor destroyed, the energy that's in you and me will simply return to the universe to be reused for something else. Take a drop of water and drop it into the ocean. Does the drop of water cease to exist when it enters the ocean? As an individual drop, certainly it does, but the water that was the drop remains. The energy that gives me life is a drop of energy taken from the cosmic ocean of energy, and on my death the energy will return to the cosmic ocean of energy. Personally, I don't think there is a point to my existence. There's no reason that I came into existence except through pure chance, but I'm glad that I did. I love it here. I love the sky and the earth and the myriad of animals and plants that I share my world with, and I'm determined to make the most of it while I can. After waiting 14 billion years to arrive, and with an eternity of nothing to come, this brief amount of existence is a moment to be savoured indeed. Memento Mori is Latin for remember that you have to die, and was very popular with the Victorians. The Victorians were keen on remembering that they would die, probably because they were surrounded by death in a way that we're not today. Unlike throughout the rest of history, most people today have never seen a dead body. Death has become sanitized and hidden, and we live in a society where death is out of sight and out of mind. This creates an unnatural fear and dread of death. In the 45 years of my working life, I've been a soldier, a medic, and a policeman twice, and I've seen more than my share of death. Perhaps this is why I look on death with equanimity. It's by accepting death as a fact of life that I can concentrate on enjoying life while I have the chance. And my greatest enjoyment comes from teaching English both to my online students and through the Britlish library. When I'm dead and buried or cremated, though I'd rather be fertilizer for a great oak or a mighty ash, I'll stop teaching English and enjoy an eternity of rest. As I said before, whatever energy it is that animates me will simply rejoin the rest of the universal energy. I can't see myself sitting on an angel's knee or in the lap of a demon, to be honest. Yet, perhaps I'll live on, at least on YouTube and whichever other sites my video English lessons find themselves on. It would be nice to think of some digital archaeologist of the far future unearthing one of my lessons, perhaps even this one, and marvelling that such work could be produced with such primitive technology. Here's a video English lesson I made for YouTube in 2014, back when Britlish was still Lingua Spectrum. It shows, I think, that contemplating death is not something new for me. It will give you plenty of vocabulary too. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming. It's good to see so many of you here tonight. This is a bucket. It's a tin bucket on a stand. It's a tin bucket standing on a glass stand. Why would I bring a bucket to an English class? I've brought it to class to teach you an idiom. You see, we have an idiom in English that uses the word bucket. The expression is to kick the bucket. You'll know that as it's an idiom, it's not meant literally. We don't literally kick a bucket across the room. If I was to literally kick the bucket, I'd have to do something like this. Oh, those of you sitting on the left had better watch out, or you might find yourself kicking the bucket in the next few seconds. I bet you've never seen anything like that in an English lesson before. To kick the bucket means to die. I have no intention of kicking the bucket anytime soon. In fact, I intend to live forever, and my plan is working up to now. I once heard an old lady, a very old lady, giving the secret of her extra long life. She said, "Don't die." I've been doing what she advised ever since. So far, so good. Yes, I know, everybody eventually kicks the bucket. That's where the phrase, "a bucket list," comes in. Your bucket list is a list of things that you want to do before you kick the bucket. You know, things like climbing Mount Everest, going parachuting, doing a bungee jump, that kind of stuff. The kind of stuff which should be avoided at all costs by any sane and rational person. Stuff like that is the kind of stuff which will have you kicking the bucket much sooner than you planned. Not that we actually plan on kicking the bucket, mind. Luckily, most of us have no idea of when we'll actually kick the bucket. But kick the bucket we most definitely will, eventually, no matter how hard we try not to. You, me, everybody. Everybody alive today will one day be dead. It's a fact of life. You might be thinking that this video English lesson is a tad morbid. But it isn't, is it? It's the truth. It's the reason that painters have often included a skull in their paintings. Painters like Paul Cézanne, who painted Still Life with a Skull in 1898. He wanted people who saw it to understand just how short life really is. Many other paintings, particularly portraits, also include a skull. Sometimes the skull is obvious and sometimes not so obvious. Such images are known as Memento Mori, which is Latin for "remember that you will die." One of my favourites is by Charles Allen Gilbert, and it's called All is Vanity. Memento Mori remind us that life is short. And it is short, very short. Did you know that we get around 25,000 days of life on average? That is, if we live the proverbial 80 years and 10. This estimate of the length of a life is from the Christian Bible. Psalm 90 verse 10 of the King James Version reads, "The days of our years are 60 years and 10. And if by reason of strength they may be 80 years, yet is their strength labour and sorrow, for it is soon cut off and we fly away." I guess fly away is a euphemism for kick the bucket. A score is 20, so 60 years and 10 is 70 years. 70 years is just over 25,000 days. Doesn't sound much, does it? Trust me, it isn't. I've already been here for around 19,000 days. How many days have you already lived through? 19,000 from 25,000 only leaves me a balance of around 6,000 days before I kick the bucket. 6,000 days really doesn't sound like many at all, does it? It sounds even less when you think that it's just over 850 Sundays, or 850 Mondays or Fridays or any other day of the week. If we divide it into months, then I'll be kicking the bucket in something like 200 months. 200 months. Now that really doesn't seem like a long time. And that's if I'm lucky and don't kick the bucket sooner. And that's why I don't have a bucket list. If there's something I really want to do, I go and do it. That would make a good Memento Mori advertising slogan, don't you think? Just do it before you kick the bucket. You hear people say, "We've got all the time in the world." No, we haven't. We've got 25,000 days, if we're lucky. So why do people waste time? Why do people kill time? Why do people get bored? I'm sorry, but I don't have time to get bored. I certainly don't have time to kill. Hell, I'm too busy even to grow old. Next time you want to kill time, find yourself wasting time, or begin to feel bored, have a listen to the ultimate Memento Mori song, Enjoy Yourself. The original version was recorded by Guy Lombardo and the Royal Canadians in November 1949. It's a fact that everyone involved in the recording has long since kicked the bucket. And it's odd to think that if YouTube outlasts me, you might be watching this long after I've kicked the bucket. Crazy but true. So, to end this video with a line from the song, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. And I'll add, enjoy yourself before you kick the bucket. I'll see you again soon for another interesting English lesson. I hope. Goodbye for now. You're taking a look inside one of the many innovative British English lessons in the Britlish Library. I've designed the lessons to help you activate your English skills in the most engaging and effective way possible. Unlike books, lessons in the Britlish Library are packed with multimedia components that make it impossible not to improve your English skills. Packed with audio-visual material, each lesson is as close as you can get to having private one-to-one English classes with me online without the expense. I add new lessons every week, so you'll never run out of new things to learn. And you can do the lessons on any device from a computer to a mobile phone. All you need is an internet connection, and I'll personally deliver each lesson to you from the nearest and fastest server to your location. I can promise you that there's no more convenient or cost-effective way to take English classes with me, a real English teacher with a passion for teaching English using the very best available technology. The activators and other features of the lesson are available exclusively in the Britlish Library at Britlish.com. You can enjoy a week's free membership to the Britlish Library and get full, unrestricted access to this and all of the other lessons in the library today. There's no obligation to take out a paid membership, But I'm sure that when you see what incredible value a Britlish Library membership is, you'll join the hundreds of students who are already improving their English skills faster and more conveniently than they ever thought possible. To get your free 1-week Britlish Library membership, visit Britlish.com today. I'm sure that you'll agree there's nothing else quite like it anywhere online. The Britlish Library, the best place on the planet to improve your English skills.